Hello world, it's Dave again, and this is another question and answer video for teaching in Japan. Another individual has been kind enough to email me with some questions, and so I like to do, I make a video answering those questions so nobody loses their mind. I can just say beforehand that yes, some of these questions are going to be reiterations of answers I've already given. But I don't have millions of subscribers, and so I figure why not give the personal touch, make the video for the person. They know that I actually care about their questions, and it means that people don't have to constantly browse through my videos. So away we go to the questions. This was from Aurisch, Chris Aurisch. I'm probably saying that wrong. Christian Aurisch or Chris. So Chris, you're from Australia, and you've got a few questions about coming over and teaching in Japan. I got your email out here. Let's see what you say. So you say, as I would like to teach English in Japan, is there a formal, informal level of Japanese speaking, writing proficiency I would need to acquire, or am I only required to know English? As I think you mentioned that there is always a Japanese translator in the class while you teach. You are only required to know English. With that being said, it would be foolish not to learn Japanese or to start learning Japanese when you're over here, because of course when in Japan, speaking Japanese will make your life a hell of a lot easier for you. I mean, you actually say here, I actually know probably 100 random Japanese words from these last few years, but still have no idea how to respond to someone if asked a question. I know how that feels, although I'm learning. So yeah, that's all going to be beneficial to you, but you do not need a formal or informal amount. You just need the requirements of having spent 12 years in an English-speaking institution, have the language be your first language, and like you've already said, and you've acknowledged, you have a bachelor's degree, which you understand is a necessity. So you're good to go in every respect there. The sooner you start learning Japanese, the better off you are. You know, I kind of got a book before I came and started looking at it. And then when you get here, I would recommend signing up for lessons, whether that's at a community center or however you do it. Get a girlfriend, sign up for lessons. It doesn't matter. Start learning the language and you'll benefit immensely from it. Okay, so you've got this. My second question is about the area in which you were assigned/stationed by the company who places you at school. Is it a permanent position, a few months, or does it vary depending on the school's need of an English teacher? So when you come, and likely with any company that you apply through, they're going to ask you, where would you like to go? And I tell everybody this, that there's of course really, really popular places that you will not likely be stationed in until you have worked here for a year and then maybe re-sign a contract and then are given priority to work in them. For example, Osaka, Tokyo, Nagoya. These places are very popular, and if you want to teach there, they usually want you to have a little bit more experience, and there's a lot of people who want to teach there, so they reward you accordingly. That is not to say that in some rare cases it doesn't happen. I've told this story many times. When I arrived, there was a girl who was here in her first year, and she got stationed in Tokyo, and that's what she wanted. So there you go. That can happen sometimes, but it's more likely that you'll be in a slightly more rural place. But don't confuse, like, Central America kind of like rural with a Japanese rural. Japanese rural will likely have mass transit running through it. Like, I live in a rural area, and it's one of the most developed rural areas I've ever been in my life, with like big box stores and, like I say, the mass transit. So even if they say you're in a place more rural, you're going to have tons of amenities. Don't worry about it so much. And because of the trains, you're very likely not that far away from some major city centers. So don't let that freak you out. Let's see, about the permanent position, months, everything like that. So the way that it works is you would be assigned to up to 5 schools. That's something I've only mentioned in one other video, but people probably should know, is that these companies have a habit of assigning you to many schools, and a lot of people think they're going to come over and work with one school only. That's what I thought until I got here, and they were like, oh yeah, 5 to whatever. I got lucky. I feel I ended up with 2, and I feel I can put more of a personal touch on my teaching because I spend that time only dedicated or split between the 2. But you can have up to that amount. And the way that it works is when you sign the contract, it's generally speaking for a year that you will spend assigned to those schools. You may, on occasion, a very rare occasion, be asked to go to another school to fill in for somebody else if the company needs you to do that, but it would be very, very, very rare. so when you finish that year, if you really like your schools, I liked my schools. So I asked if I could be positioned at them again, and the schools liked me enough that they said, yeah, sure, we'd like to have Dave back. So I am then in that position teaching there again. But a lot of people, maybe, like I've just said, maybe they want to move. Maybe they want to go to Tokyo, Nagoya, Osaka, something like that. And so you would not necessarily in your second year work at the place that you worked in your first year unless you really, really like it. So it's flexible in that respect. Yeah, so your email wasn't that large. There wasn't a ton of questions there. I think you're pretty much set to go, and that should answer everything that you requested. Of course, my contact will be down below, so if you or anybody else watching this video have questions about teaching in Japan, life in Japan, relationships, anything concerning Japan, or just life, you could just send me, this could be an advice channel as well. You just need some advice, I'll do my best. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please do like, subscribe, share. More videos coming. I do book reviews. I do just thinking about things. I talk about history sometimes. Anyways, like, subscribe, share. That's the point. And like I like to say, until we meet again next time, world, contacts down below. Thanks for tripping with Dave. Ciao for now. Peace.